The member for Sydney.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Health. During the election campaign, the Minister said, "I've said to doctors I want that freeze lifted as soon as possible, but I appreciate that Finance and Treasury aren't allowing me to do it just yet."
Whoopsie.
Then this morning, she claimed, "That's not what I've said." Given the Minister complained on public radio that Finance and Treasury weren't letting her lift the freeze, why is the Minister now denying she ever said it?
The members on my right, the Minister for Immigration and Border Protection. The Leader of the House will cease interjecting. The Minister for Health has the call.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. And it's delightful to take a question from the member for Sydney who introduced the pause on GP wages, who said at the time, "Oh, doctors can afford it, they earn enough already," who had no sympathy for the circumstances of the doctors of Australia. It's delightful to take a question.
The Minister for Health will just resume her seat for a second. Members on my left will cease interjecting. The Leader of the House will cease interjecting. The member for Sydney has asked her question. She will not interject. I've warned her numerous times this week. She will listen to the answer without interjecting. I'm not going to warn her endlessly. The Minister for Health has the call.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. And a senior member of a government that attacked medicines and Medicare by the tune of $6 billion, who as Health Minister succeeded a Health Minister that blocked access to the medicines that the Prime Minister talked about that have life-saving capabilities. It's fantastic to take a question from a senior minister.
The Minister for Health. The member for Sydney on a point of order, and she will state the point of order.
Relevance. She's not talking about her 6-year pause.
The member will resume her seat. The Minister has the call.
I'm talking about the member for Sydney's pause, and she knows it well.
The member for Sydney will cease interjecting and is now warned.
I'm proud, Mr Speaker, to be part of a government that spends record dollars on Medicare, and proud of a government that recognises, unlike the economic illiterates opposite, that what you can't pay for, you can't deliver. And that's at the heart of the member for Sydney's question. Because if members opposite don't understand that the health portfolio works side by side with the portfolios of Finance, Treasury, Social Services, Tax and every other member in this place, in order to deliver the health system that the patients of Australia expect. But unfortunately, again, Mr Speaker, what you can't pay for, you can't deliver. What we saw was a Labor Party adding cost after cost to the credit card, just saying it will be paid for, not recognising that the first duty of any government is to the economic circumstances of Australians and the national accounts, and recognising that to build a strong, sustainable health system, you must have a strong economy, because without that we can't implement the reforms that we're doing. We've got a policy-free zone here in Labor. There hasn't been a single policy, not since 2013, not one single health policy. Because in health, as another previous health minister said, the health system
Member for Lindsay will cease interjecting.
Will continue to demand more expenses and cannibalise itself. That's what a previous moderately sensible Labor health minister said, recognising that unless you stay on a calm, sensible, serious path to reform, you can't deliver the system that puts patients before politics.
The member for Corangamite.